I'm Stuart Benjamin. I'm the William Van Alstyne Professor of Law at Duke Law School, and I'm here to talk about the FCC and something that is known as the news distortion rule, which has been in the news lately. It's actually a set of standards that the FCC has created. It's not embodied in a rule. It's a small note. The important thing is it has been applied only to news programs, that is, programs that are devoted to presenting the news to you, so think of news telecasts. So that's one limit. Then there are limits beyond that. The FCC has said that it has to show that the management or ownership of the station, usually it was a local broadcast station for the local news telecast, had specifically decided to engage in manipulation or lying about the news, and that there was evidence, called extrinsic evidence, that there was this intentional pattern, that there was some bribery involved, that there are memos saying, let's make sure that we misrepresent what happened, etc. For all of those reasons, it's very hard to satisfy those criteria. By the way, why does the FCC have such limiting criteria? Well, in general, the FCC has been wary about trying to push too hard its public interest authority over the airwaves. And so this is a form of restraint that the FCC has engaged in by having a whole set of requirements for what counts as news distortion that are very difficult to meet. There are a total of 8 cases since 1969 and only 1 case since 1982. And in none of them was the broadcaster denied a license based on the news distortion. The most common penalty has been what the FCC calls a letter of admonishment. That letter has never once had any impact on the renewal of any station. And to give you an idea, the only instance since 1982 involved an NBC News program that showed what they said was the flammability of a particular truck, and they presented this as news, and it turned out that they had placed an incendiary device under the gas tank of that truck, so it was rigged to explode. Hard to think of something that is more obviously misleading, if not flat out false, than that. And what they got was one of these letters of admonishment that had no impact whatsoever. So these news distortion standards, again, basically by design, have been fairly toothless, or if you prefer, a paper tiger.